What is up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Again, sorry for the lighting. I know I am a low content creator, but I'm doing the best with what I have. So, the reason I wanted to address this video today is to talk more about physical versus digital video games. A lot has been on my mind. I've heard from a lot of people on the digital side and a lot of people on the physical side. And I just want to relay my opinions and just discuss what more I have to offer in terms of why I love physical. And so let's get into it. The main reason I wanted to make this video was to still share with you guys that I want discs to have the full and complete game. I know there's a lot of misconceptions out there and a lot of misunderstandings that people think that you still need to have the internet to install games, when that necessarily isn't true. The one game I can give you that is the best example, as the most recent game too, is Astrobot. This game can be installed fully on the disc without an internet connection. I can disconnect my internet entirely, install the game on the disc without any patches, and play it from start to finish. It is a good experience. There might be a few bugs and glitches, but as far as I know, it's fully playable. I have done this myself. I have tested it, and it works fine. I do not need an internet connection to install this game because the whole game is installed on the disc. The game, however, that is controversial, that has a full game on the disc but doesn't work great, is Cyberpunk 2077. If I install this game on my PS4, I'm going to have a terrible time. But, I do say but, it is playable from start to finish. I might have a few crashes, a few bugs, and stuff like that, but it is a playable experience where I can play this from start to finish. This is my point with physical media and what I don't see in nowadays with a lot of games. And I'll tell you which games are in a second, but the thing is, I want a game to be full and complete. I want to have a full experience when I start the game, and I want a good and complete game without internet to install the games. The games I'm referring to in terms of that you need an internet connection to install, for example, are Star Wars Outlaws, the recent game. But also you got Gran Turismo 7. You got Hogwarts Legacy. You got MotorStorm, the Crew Motorfest. Not MotorStorm. That is playable on the disc. I have it. But you got different games like that where you do need an internet connection to fully install the game. Avatar Frontiers of Tomorrow, I think it's called. No, quote me on that. I could be wrong. But either way, you need a full-on connection to install those games. It is not playable on the disc, which frustrates me because that is what I truly want from gaming. I would love to play Gran Turismo 7, but I do not support the idea that it has to be always online. I would love to play Helldivers 2, for example. And I made another video about that. But the thing is, it's always online. The thing about these games and my philosophy is that I sacrifice fun for my beliefs for fun. And that's kind of the way it is that I don't support this gaming industry and where it's headed and how everything is digital. Take the PS5 Pro, for example. It has a separate disk drive. You have to buy it separately. And even then, you have to register online for the disk drive. The thing is, these companies want to go fully digital because they want to take all the profits. For example, if you see Astrobot, if I buy this from a third party, companies don't make a cent out of it. The reseller does. And that's the thing with physical media, is that they want to phase it out because if you buy it digitally, they own it. Like, the company owns the money forever. You can't take it away. You can't barter a digital sale. It's impossible. Well, I guess you could trade accounts, but you risk a ban later in the future if you get caught. And that's the problem I have with these people, is that they want to trade convenience for ownership, which frustrates me to high hell, because it's just like, why do you not want to own up to it? Why do you not want to have true ownership of what you have? Now, people could say, they don't have the space, or they don't want to travel to a midnight launch. They don't want to deal with the hassle. They want to play games for the convenience, like I said. And I'm fine with that. But again, you shouldn't go all digital. No one should. Because the Crew 1, for example, is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. A game that you bought should always be a game that you own forever. With the Crew 1, people who bought it back in the day, they lost the license to that 10 years afterwards, whatever. And they're like, well, bye-bye. You don't, like, it's gone forever. You can't play it. And it's like, why? Like, you shouldn't support Ubisoft and what they do because of this. No one should. And that's why I only buy games that have a full game on the disc. I'm kind of hesitant because Lollipop Chainsaw does have a physical release, but the release it has a very buggy version, and I'm trying to decide if I want to keep the copy or not in terms of my pre-order. But later down the line, I'll decide. But anyways, I buy physical just because it is so cool to have the full game on the disc. Now, my exception is really unique in a way you could put it, because my internet connection is not the best at my house, and I have probably I share bandwidth with a lot of people, and therefore my Wi-Fi with a lot of people, and therefore it splits the bandwidth. And so therefore, if I'm downloading a 60 gigabyte game, or if I'm going to be downloading Call of Duty, for example, which number one is impossible to even play, but we'll get to that in a second. But let's say I'm downloading like a 200 gigabyte game, that's going to take me like a week or two to even finish the download. With a disc, for example, let's say this is 45 gigs. I don't know if this is the size of Astrobot or not, whatever. But let's say it's 45. It would probably take me a week to download that. With a disc, it would take me 20 minutes. much faster. And that's kind of like why I support it. And people are leaning towards digital because of the convenience factor. And the thing is, there's a lot of different opinions with that. Sure, it's convenient, but the thing is, you might lose the license forever because of licensing issues. Because let's say a band doesn't like the music being in the game anymore. Well, take off the game. We can't go back and fix the game and take that one song out. So let's just delete the game forever. And that's what's going to happen with the future in terms of all these games, is that I truly believe that with all these companies, and that's the kind of thing, we're living in a capitalistic future, is that everyone wants a piece of the pie. Everyone wants that money. And if it's shared, they don't like that. And so therefore, if they don't want to be shared, it's going to be wiped off the face of the earth. Many shows and kid shows back in the day are being taken away because of licensing issues, either because of music, or the actors don't really want it up anymore, or the company doesn't have the rights to the show. There's many things to it, but basically that is gone forever. Without the use of physical media, there's no way people can actually watch it, because no streaming service actually has it. For example, there's one iCarly episode that I used to watch as a kid called I Tow Fat Cakes, where they used to go to a Canadian fat cake factory and then come across the border and have troubles. But anyways, it had a lot of troubles staying up in streaming services, and that episode is gone forever. And I don't think that's really right, because that is a really cool episode, and people are not going to see it because there's really no one that has it anymore. And so that's what I think about all this media, is that if you consume and buy digital media, you're not going to have the rights to it forever. And I guess people are fine with that, because they're like, oh, well, I'm just going to play it in 5 years, and I'm just going to play it immediately. And like, okay, but if you wanted to revisit it in the next 10 years and it's gone, well, too bad. It's gone forever. And that's the thing. It's like, these companies don't care about physical games. They don't get the full piece of the pie, and therefore they want to go fully digital. And I don't like that. I truly believe that if I buy a disc, for example, Astrobot, I want to own this forever. There's no, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but PlayStation does have the right to fully take this down, just because I don't know. Say the Days Gone creator didn't want the Astrobot in the game. Well, too bad. They're going to shut down the game because that guy complained and he doesn't want, like, he is having a feud or something like that. Who knows? But or yeah, many other examples. Basically, if someone gets unhappy, they have the right to shut down the game. If you own it digitally, too bad. You lose it forever. But if a game is fully installed on the disc, you can still play it on the disc even if the game is shut down forever. I think GT Sport did this, and they did that, and they had. I don't think the game was installed on this. Okay, GT Sport is a bad example because you still need internet to install it. I'm blanking at the moment, but basically the point is that if a game is installed on the disc, you can still install it if the game gets taken down forever. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a good example. That game got shut down forever and got delisted. If someone owned it physically on the... Did it release on the Switch? I think it did. Yeah, and that became a huge item, and everyone bought up the Switch version because it was the only play to play that game. Okay, there we go. Deadpool and Wolverine. That's another good example. Those are great games, but I got delisted from the stores from the Xbox 360 and PS3 stores a long time ago. The only way to play it, and especially on the PS4, is through a disc. And there's no way to play it nowadays. And so if you owned it physically, you have the right to play it forever. And that's why it's so hard to find the game in good condition, especially since the movie came out. It's been skyrocketing in price. I should have bought it before, but that's another whole nother story. My point is that people just want the convenience in the digital form, and I don't really embrace that and accept that. It's cool because, yes, it can be convenient, but also physical has a lot of merits as well. For example, another argument people can say is that digital can sometimes be cheaper than physical. And I'm like, no, not necessarily. A good example of this, a recent example of this, is take the Metal Gear Solid collection of 1, 2, and 3, the remasters, I believe. And they, physically, it goes for $20 on Amazon. It goes for that cheap. But on the store, it goes for $48. Right now, it's $30 on Amazon, but either way, it's still going to be cheaper than what you're going to buy digitally. And so I just think that physical does have some merits because there's a lot you can offer. Now, people don't realize what physical has to offer. They've been grown up in the digital world, and all they have is digital and what they know is digital. Now, it's easy, like I said, it's easy for someone to get sucked into digital because of the convenience factor. It's all there, and you just have it. And the thing is, you don't have to worry about discs, you don't have to worry about disk drive, you just go in, sign in, and play. Thing is, though, yeah, so this is the whole argument, and why I'm frustrated is that I think more people are leaning towards the digital form factor, and that's why I'm like outraged, because I'm just like, why? Like, there's so many good things you can have with physical. Yeah, it's a burden to collect, and you run out of room. But the thing is, it has a lot of merits. You can sell it online. You can buy it for cheap. You can have the full game on the disc, which doesn't really matter to them. But it just looks cool. Like, I mean, you can buy the digital game online, or you can have this. But also for physical, a good point I should bring up is that you have a lot of goodies inside the packages as well. Now, it's not as common as it used to be in the PS3 days, but for example, if you bought Cyberpunk, it's a good company in terms of what they offer. I mean, here's a map right here that you can fold out. It gave you a code for HBO Max for a free month. I'm pretty sure that expired a long time ago because I bought it back in like 2020. You got the World Comprendum, which I'm guessing is it tells you about the map and such. But you have that, and you have different postcards. And you get the slipcover, of course. So there's a lot of goodies you can have with physical, is what I'm saying. And I just think that people just kind of just abandon physical. They want to embrace the digital. And for me, I don't accept that. I don't accept the fact that I have to install all these patches, updates, games, and I'm just like, if I have a slow internet, there's no way I can survive. So that's why I'm a single player gamer and why I love single player games. I fully support Astrobot because it's a single player game installed based on the disc, and I can play this as long as I want, and as long as it's not stolen, I can have it forever. And so that's why I like it, and I think that people just want to embrace digital because it's convenient. They find it all on the console. It's there, it's ready to go, and they don't have to think about anything else. They're simple-minded, but that's why I collect all these old PS3 games and just the old games in general. Wii, PS2, PSP, all these old classic consoles and portable games, the 3DS and its library, the GBA, even though I don't collect that physically because it's $300 for Pokemon Emerald, for example. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not going to spend that much. But my point is that I want to embrace the old ways of gaming because I do not want to move towards this digital future. I want to fully embrace physical, and I want to support it the best way I can because I want it to live on. Even though I'm a single vote against billions of people, my vote matters to me. Now, it may not matter to anyone else, but I want it to at least share my opinion with others and say that I think that this new way of gaming is not sustainable. Microsoft will die by 2028. That is a fact. They want to get Game Pass subscriptions, for example. They are not going to get it. They're not going to have the number they want to. And they're going to shut down. The CEO confirmed that the company will shut down by 2028. But anyways, Microsoft will die, and if Sony embraces the digital future, they will die. If Nintendo is going to sue everyone for copyright infringement, they're going to die. Basically, everyone is trying to get the capitalist future in these live service games. And it's going to die if they do. And if they go a fully digital route, they're not going to last forever. Because people still care about physical games. Take the movie industry, for example. The movie industry is amazing. Sorry about that. Is that you can either sign up for 20 subscription services to watch 20 different movies, or you can embrace it and watch 4K and buy a bunch of steelbooks. It looks really cool, and you own the movie forever. And that is hopping right now. Everyone loves movies in that way. And if people love video games as much as I do, they're going to embrace the physical side of that as well if physical goes away. It brings up the value more. But that's the good and bad, because if physical goes away, the demand goes lower. Sorry, the supply goes lower. That means the demand will go up. Take Deadpool PS4, for example. It's like $130 right now. People love it because it's the only way people can play it. And so I just think that, in my mind, this new industry is not what people should accept. People should not accept a digital future. People should always expect and embrace the physical side of things. That they have true ownership of it. Because if a game gets delisted forever, like The Crew 1, or if they don't have good internet, or if the internet goes down, whatever, you can always install physical games and just play them forever. And I don't think people realize that until it goes away. And by that time, it's too late. Unfortunately, I tried convincing people. Some people are on my side, but most of them are not. I don't know why. I think this guy said he had physical FOMO, whatever that means. Is that if he embraces physical, he has to it's the fear of missing out that, oh, well, I'm going to miss out on this game, whatever. But I don't know what exactly he means by that. So yeah, I don't know. But um, that's kind of like my whole rant. There's a lot of stuff I still have to talk about, but I'm just going to make more rants about it when I do in the future and just have my mind. So let me know what you guys think about physical media and digital media. Do you like digital media? Do you like physical media? Which one do you fully support? If you don't care about it at all, let me know. Because I'm actually very interested. Now, I try not to get heated and demean or criticize anyone. I just want to hear people's opinions about why they think it. Now, if they're saying like, oh, well, um, physical is not always cheaper than digital. Now the thing is, it can go both ways. But if you're saying it's never, I'm gonna have to argue with that because, for example, Metal Gear Solid is a great example. $20 and $30 on Amazon, $48 digitally. It's a good example. Or Kingdom Hearts, where it's like you buy Kingdom Hearts 3 for $10, but on digital store, I think it's like 30, 40, something like that. Either way, if you guys care about this topic, let me know. If you want to chime in, go ahead. I'm just here to rant just because I want to rant, because I have a lot of stuff on my mind, and I'm a really good physical game collector, and I love it. And I truly want that way in the future. And I think other people should embrace that as well. But if you don't care about physical media, I guess you have your own opinion, and you can continue supporting it. And everyone has a different opinion about everything, so it's fine. I'm going to respect the opinion, but I won't try to demean you anyway. At least I'll try not to. But anyways, the games I've been playing a lot of Astrobot. I haven't really been playing much else. MLB 24. I know that was a PS Plus game. What else? Yeah, just whenever I have time. Astrobot is a good game. Oh, GTA. Just grinding out more salvage yard robberies on there and doing time trials just to make more money. I think for the past 3 months I've been doing the salvage yard operations, and then I think I made about 10, 15 million off that, so pretty happy. But otherwise, this is my whole rant about physical versus digital. I can do an hour-long rant, but I know people probably don't want to hear that. Probably people don't want to hear my opinion, but this is not about what you guys want. This is mainly just me to vent off because I need to. So, yeah, if you guys want to chime in, you're welcome to. Otherwise, with lots of love and respect, you guys, I will see you guys later. Peace out and bye.